All right, it is Mac Monday here on a Pirate Radio Live. Mack McCarthy joining us following yet another frantic, awesome college football weekend. Coach Mack, how are you?
I'm good. Frantic, awesome, chaotic, surprising, entertaining, controversial. We can go through all those adjectives.
And I'm glad that I get to enjoy it. And I got two more Saturdays coming up because East Carolina plays this
Yeah.
Thursday at home against Tulsa, and then a bye week for the Pirates next week. So we'll go ahead and get to it, Mac. And I don't think this is a hot take at all. Indiana had the best win of the college football season to this point on Saturday when they went into Oregon and won. And there's no more like patting Jamie on the head or saying, "Hey, y'all got a cute football team." They are the real deal in Indiana after what happened on Saturday.
Yeah, and Jamie should be excited. I was listening to a radio show this morning. They were playing Fernando by ABBA by ABBA. In relationship to Mendoza, the quarterback, and I thought that was they ought to start singing that at their home games because this guy he's got another year, and at this point he looks like a first pick in the NFL draft. But yeah, not only is that an awesome story, but which is the biggest story, Indiana, or is it James Franklin, or is it UCLA? Because they are all three things that we didn't necessarily see coming.
I think the biggest story is James Franklin, and we'll get before we get there. My favorite part of Saturday for Indiana Mac was Mendoza throwing the pick six because after that it's like, all right, Oregon's going to win this game, but for
Yeah.
them to continue to do what they were doing before the pick six, I thought was very impressive in that environment against that team, which is why that's the best win of the year.
I think you're right. I think you're
Yeah.
right. And there were others that we thought were the biggest at that point in time, but this one seems to have some legs, and that coming on the heels of beating the daylights out of Illinois, who was in
Yeah.
the top 10 at that time, and still looks like a decent team, and then going to Iowa and winning, but going to Oregon and winning, that's a whole nother class of W.
And looking at, let me look at their schedule real quick. I mean, they're going to lose a game, right? I mean, everybody's got to lose a game. They play Ohio State.
They do.
They play UCLA. There's their loss right there. No, Indiana at Penn State. And they also got
Nobody.
Michigan State, UCLA, Maryland, Wisconsin, Purdue. So, yeah, that's, wow. Okay. Pretty favorable.
While you're going through that, and of course now we have the eight openings in Division I football. I think it's eight. It's hard to keep up as it's happening so fast. But what is your all's choice for the next one that is going to open?
I think
Uh,
Wisconsin.
yeah,
Now
fickle.
that Trent Dilfer's out, I feel like Wisconsin's definitely the next shoe to fall.
Good call. I heard that Bill Belichick might not be coaching their next game, Mac, but I don't know how true that is. I mean,
I heard 2 weeks. He's got 2 weeks and then he's gone.
apparently like they're looking for calls to fire him, is what I heard, Mac. Some
Who?
recruiting
Yeah,
stuff,
that doesn't always go so well.
right?
I know one school, and I won't mention them on the air, but they hired an AD just to get rid of the basketball coach, and so they wanted him to find something minor to be able to fire the guy, so they didn't have to pay him. And unfortunately, the NCAA came in and found a whole lot more, and they were on probation, and they have never recovered since. I'll share with you in private who that was, but yeah, that can be a little bit tricky.
How about Hugh Freeze?
I mean, he has turned Auburn into the most sympathetic school football program in the country. They have had just a rash of just terrible officiating, or I don't know. Every single one of them has gone against them, and you can justify all of them maybe, but I think Auburn is the most sympathetic team. While UCLA has somehow turned into America's team, Auburn is a team that generally is criticized pretty regularly, but right now I think everybody feels bad for him.
So is Neuheisel? Is he going to coach every team that has a vacancy? Is he the? He's like the hot
And
name
he's
right
not
now.
even the head coach. I
I
mean,
know.
he's getting all the publicity, but he's not even the head coach.
I
Yeah.
feel so bad for Tim Skipper.
Skipper.
That's his
Yes.
name.
Who?
Like
Who?
he's the interim head coach and gets no credit for what they've done.
None. None. The team carried Neuheisel off the field.
Skipper's like waiting around for his ride. Anybody want to lift me? Hey, long snapper, get over here. James Franklin. We don't have to ask the question anymore. Will he be fired? Can you fire him? And what a crazy few weeks. Because I remember us sitting here like, all right, well, if you fire him, who are you going to get? And then he just goes out and loses to UCLA and to Northwestern. It's
Yeah.
insane. And
Yeah, he
and
kinda
Mac, I
made
was
it
going to ask
easier
you.
on him other than the money.
I was going to ask you, like, what are the advantages of firing a coach midseason? But for Penn State, like, they need to just salvage what they can this season, and it wasn't going to happen with James Franklin there.
Yeah, I think salvage what was going to go for the team for the rest of the year, but also probably even for attendance. I don't
Yeah,
know whether people were going to come back. I mean that scene at the end of that game where everybody stayed in the stadium just to boo him, that was kind of surreal. But I think they did what they had to do and move on. And even though the people they are probably looking at are all still coaching, they're not going to be able to hire them before the end of the season. There can be a lot of backdoor talk and a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And one thing that I haven't seen really in the mainstream media all that much, but one thing I've seen a little bit out there as a rumor is that Adidas participated in this situation by ponying up some money to help Penn State make this change. And
I heard that. Where
I've
did I
never
hear
really
that?
heard of that happening
I think I heard it
in a
on the
coach's
radio
fire.
as fact yesterday, Mac, on like one of
Might
those
be.
NFL shows where they just update what's going on, and they were
Yeah.
reporting what was happening and said Adidas bought out the contract or whatever.
Well, you've seen a couple things lately. Georgia Tech just signed a huge Under Armour deal. Tennessee just signed the maybe the richest deal ever. I think with Adidas to replace Nike as their manufacturer going forward. And is this something new that at the very highest levels that shoe companies could be involved in who gets what jobs? I mean, you have a Nike coach or an Adidas coach or whatever but I've not heard of that previous to this situation.
So let's say Fickle gets fired at Wisconsin. Is he like stay in the Big Ten? I mean, he's going to get a job if he wants it.
I saw a bunch
You
of
would
state
think.
fans.
No, he's not going to state.
I know.
If he did, and they had James Franklin and damn Will Wade,
Yeah.
that's pretty dangerous. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I get Penn State. You got to call Signetti.
I think that's the first time that Will Wade and James Franklin have been put in the same sentence before. But yeah, Cincinnati is the hot name for everybody right now. But you can't go very far without talking to Matt Rule, who was a great
Yeah.
player there, and he's best friends with the AD at Penn State too. And of course, he's got to do what he's got to do. They're sitting there 5-1 and just inside the rankings, but. They've got to finish strong, and they do have a fairly favorable schedule.
Is Signetti? They went to commercial break. He had his hands on his hips, and then they came back from commercial break and went back to the sideline. He had the same, he had the same exact look. Is he like I get like Mike Leach vibes from him. He looks like he's never really happy. Am I wrong? I don't know a lot about Signetti.
He's very egotistical. I know that.
Is he a
And,
curmudgeon, Mac?
and a little grumpy, but
Okay, yeah.
entertaining in its own way.
Very Mike Leach, right? Grumpy
Very
and entertaining.
pale, very pale.
Okay, all right. There's that. I've never really looked at complexions when I look at coaches.
Somebody keeps bringing it up and calling him the Count. Somebody on a radio show I listen to,
Oh.
they call him the Count.
I see that. The head. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Count Signetti, and the Church of Signetti. And
1, 2. They're number 3. Well, why are they number 3? They should be number 1. Got the best win in college football this year.
Politics.
I got them ahead of Ohio State. Who's number 2?
Miami.
Yeah, way ahead of Miami.
There are a lot of people who think Miami ought to be number 1 with the list of wins they have.
Who? Michael Irvin and you? Get out of here. All right.
I'm better behaved than Michael is.
Alabama. I would love to see Coach Mack on the sideline at Lane Stadium on all fours.
I am on the sideline every
No,
game.
listen. Okay. On all fours like Michael Irvin. Like watching the game.
If I'm on all fours, somebody knocked me down.
Alabama survives Coach Mack at Mizzou.
Yeah, good win, and and some of the speaking of that win, there are a couple lines, and you and I were kicking around. I mean, Duke favored over Georgia Tech. Duke is unranked. They have no home field advantage. They're favored over Georgia Tech, and I know you're going to pick them later on. Vandy favored over LSU. Auburn favored over Missouri. There's some crazy lines out there. These people in Vegas, I know they know stuff, but sometimes I shake my head.
Well, we'll see how those games end, but I can't pick Auburn again. I had them the other night, Mac, and they're going in for a 17-0 lead, and you just knew when they fumbled that was it. That was game.
They did get a 17-0 lead, but it wasn't called that way.
Ooh, okay. Bama survives. Texas rolls over Oklahoma. Good win.
That was one of the bigger shockers to me. Now, not that Texas won, but that they kind of handled business. I was surprised by that.
And for East Carolina, Mac, last week, another opportunity.
Frustrating. To
win a big game, and they can't do it. They're not ready to be a good team yet. They're an okay team, and they've defeated the teams.
I thought they might do it. Tulane was giving them every chance they could.
Yeah, I know.
Our defense played 59 great minutes, and then just that last minute, they couldn't stop them.
Well, how many good minutes did our offense play?
Not a lot.
7? Oh, man, it's frustrating. All right, do you have any more questions, Mac?
No, they were the main ones. I thought, the biggest story was a question mark. And the other thing, and it's too long to get into in the time we've got, is just who is in the playoffs right now. But, again, that requires, a much longer period than we have.
I don't know how you can't put South Florida in there.
Next week, let's do that, Mac. Let's do when does the college football playoff rankings come out for the first time?
I don't
Week
think
9.
till November, right?
Okay, so we're a couple weeks off, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, next week, let's pick our playoff teams as of right now. Let's look ahead to Week 8. Let's look at the standings because Mac panicked last week and picked against me to try to catch up, and instead went in reverse. I am 22-13. Mac picked against his Crimson Tide.
I did.
Luckily, at the last second, I said, give me Texas, because I think we're going to start talking about this Texas. They're still alive, even though they've looked so bad. So I've got a 3-game lead over Mac with 22 wins. He has 19. J-Bone with 16. All right, let's talk about some of the games, Mac, you mentioned with some interesting lines. I didn't even look at LSU Vanderbilt, but I'm fine with Vandy being a favorite. I was really impressed with them against Alabama. Alabama got a late first-half touchdown that was huge. I think if Vandy could have got off the field in that 2-minute drill, they could have won that game outright. Instead, Alabama wins and covers in that game a couple weeks ago. But I got no issue taking Vanderbilt here. Give me Vandy.
I can't do it. I can't do it. LSU, with a good team going to Vanderbilt, I can't pick against LSU with Vanderbilt on the other sideline. I'm sorry. I know Pavia. I know what he does, but I can't pick him.
All right.
I'm not doing puns, but it's tough to pick LSU after my experience in New Orleans, and I know they're in Baton Rouge, but that's they show what the whole state of Louisiana is, so I got to go Vanderbilt here. That place was disgusting, so the whole state is disgusting.
All right. Could you walk out of that Commodore and grab me a pen?
Yeah.
Thank you. There's a pun for you. All right, next game, Ole Miss at Georgia. What in the world was Lane doing on Saturday, Mac? Hanging around? Was it Washington State?
Yeah, he was looking ahead, just like
Yeah.
his team was. And, they weren't going to show any more than they had to, and all of a sudden they got in a little bit of a tussle. But
Yeah.
you got to win that game. You got to win a game ugly, and he did.
Jared has found the most ridiculous pin we have. What is this?
I needed to find one quick, so I went to Shirley. I said, "Hey, do you have a pen I can use?"
Thank you. Mac is going with Georgia.
Georgia.
I want to take Ole Miss here. I don't know why I'm going
Go
to,
ahead.
Mac.
Go jump on that Lane train.
They were farting around on Saturday.
They were playing with their food, as they
Yeah.
say.
I'm not impressed with Georgia at all. Who you got, Jared?
God, give me Ole Miss, I guess.
What's the line, Mac? Do you have that, or Jared? Can you pull it up?
I do. It's 6.5.
Ooh.
ESPN bet has it 7.5.
Oh man, I
It's
love
been
Ole
going
Miss.
back and forth. Yeah.
Love Ole Miss. All right, Tennessee, Bama. Mac, you want to pick against Alabama again?
No, no, I didn't in anything else, but I was just like I said, I was desperate trying to catch up, but no, and not in Tuscaloosa. If this line was that way in Knoxville, I might, but no, Alabama. Is Alabama the best team in the SEC, or is it Ole Miss, or is it A&M? Who is it? I think it's Alabama.
I tell you what, I feel like we don't talk a lot about A&M here. What are they, top 5?
Yeah, they are 5th.
Yeah.
I guess they haven't been in any huge games. We had A&M Notre Dame, but they must have some good games coming up, Mac. Let me look at
Well,
their
they do,
schedule.
but I mean, they've been beating people too. I mean, they beat a good Auburn team. They're handling business, and
Auburn is not
Listen
good.
to this stat. Listen to
Auburn's
this stat.
not
No,
good.
they are good. Their record's not good. They are good. They should have beat Georgia. Could have beat Oklahoma. No, they are good. But listen to this stat. In the last 3 games, there have been 33 third down plays against the A&M defense. They've allowed 2 first downs.
2 for 33.
Yeah, and
Dang.
on fourth down, they're perfect, 0 for 5.
Wow, good numbers there, Mac.
The most challenging games A&M has left is LSU in Baton Rouge,
Yeah,
Missouri at Missouri,
yeah,
and then at Texas.
yeah.
And you have Samford, South Carolina, and Arkansas as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
Arkansas
3
this
tough
week.
road games there, though.
Yeah.
I'll take Alabama against Tennessee.
I'm going with future Raider Ty Simpson and the Alabama Crimson Tide.
All right.
You hope.
No, if he's a Raider, he's a bust.
My pick of the week, game of the week, USC -2.5, Michigan, easy winner there. And now USC will do what they do. They go on the road, they travel east, and get blown out by Notre Dame. What's that
line
line?
is crazy.
If
9.5.
I was going to
9.5.
say, if it's below 7, I would pounce on it. But I might even take it at 9.5.
It's
But yeah,
9.5.
I'll take Notre Dame.
You know, I'm going with
ESPN
Lincoln.
bet 8.5.
Who y'all got?
I got Notre Dame.
I'm
I'm not
taking
a-
Lincoln.
Not a USC.
You're taking
believer.
Lincoln?
I am.
Mac, I'm starting to question if you know college football.
Yeah, I know. But I'm getting you to be interested in it, though.
Oh, you're setting it up where I win. So, okay. I appreciate you, Mac. You're a basketball guy. All right, how about Holy War? So I had I did not have a great weekend overall, I can tell you that. But I did have a little late night parlay Saturday night, which was live betting Georgia, Utah, and BYU while BYU was trailing. And good grief, they should have lost that game a few times. They fumbled late, but Bear Bachmeier, they were able to get back on it. They send it to overtime with a touchdown. They end up winning in overtime. They're just and Kalani Sitake's on the sideline the whole time, kind of grinning like, yeah, doing the, hey man, it's cool. Everybody relax. We're gonna win.
Hang loose,
Guys. Yeah. I like picking BYU. Give me BYU against Utah, Coach Mack. Utah looked good the other night though against Arizona State.
Yeah, unless there's divine intervention, Utah's going to win this game.
Ooh. All right. What's the line here?
Let's
I'm
see.
gonna say BYU 2.5.
Utah 3.5.
Man, I got a bad read on this one. All right, Mac likes the Utes. How about you, Jarrett?
I'm going with the Utes. BYU's been impressive. That was a fun game to watch the other night, but I think Utah is just the better team here.
All right.
2 Utes.
Upset of the week. I'll take Georgia Tech with a weird, crazy. How did they win that game over Duke on Saturday?
It's a good pick. I'm going with LSU though. I'm gonna stick with my guns there.
And did we ever say what that line was? Sorry, Vandy by how much? Like 2.5 or
Vandy.
something.
2.5, 1.5, depending
Yeah.
on which one you look at.
Yeah, 2.5.
Jarrett, you got anything?
Yeah, I'm going with Washington over Michigan. Michigan minus 5.5 at home.
Ooh.
Washington should be ranked. I mean, they love to just put all these weird SEC Big Ten teams in there. Washington's played good football, and they should be at least 25.
Rank Washington, you cowards.
Good call. Good call.
All right. G5 poll, not many changes. Tulane is in. North Texas is out after losing to South Florida. I should put South Florida number 2 ahead of UNLV. But UNLV remains undefeated. They had a wild one against Air Force. Navy. Did you see what happened with Navy?
Yeah,
and
awesome
Temple?
game. That was
Crazy
fun.
game.
Yeah.
Crazy game.
So once again, 4 out of the 5 in the American. ECU could be on this list if they would have beat Tulane, but they didn't because we cannot rise to the challenge.
Me and
Well, then
Chandler
Tulane wouldn't have been on the list then.
No.
Me and Chandler landed in Raleigh, and I'm like, 21-21. I got to check this out when I get to the house. Got to the house, it was 56-28. Way out of hand.
Oh, South Florida?
South Florida, North Texas.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? College football? Did Slogano win?
No, thank God. Thank God. Got to keep him out of the Final Four. If he gets to Phoenix, I'm very frightened. But Denny Hamlin got win number 60 for his very ill father. So that was a great moment yesterday.
Okay. Do you have standings or anything?
I'm in the lead because Denny Hamlin won. Byron wrecked for you. Blaney wrecked for him. So
All right.
two of the top guys getting screwed in the first race of the round of 8. So
Anything, Mac, on NASCAR?
Nah, I mean, I told you this is Hamlin's year. When he wrecks the owner's grandson, it was all over. I mean, he's got the cojones to do this.
All right. Baseball, former Pirate Trey Savage on the mound. Game 2 of the ALCS at 5 o'clock, Mac. You watching any postseason baseball?
No, but I'm keeping up with it through the Pirate fans.
All right. College basketball right around the corner. Talked to a couple of Pirates on Friday. Jordan Riley and Gio Imajuru. A couple of transfers, one from Temple, one from George Mason, and excited to be here in Greenville. So starting to, and I believe we had a poll come out, Purdue 1, Houston 2, something like that, Mac.
That makes sense. That could
saw
have been
Carolina
in the
was
last
25th.
5 years.
I'm ready to pick my bracket. I'm going to have Houston winning for the 8th straight year, and they're not, but I love the journey. So, you got any bold basketball predictions, Mac?
No, but I'm really excited about my very first game. I've got Villanova at Virginia, and both with new coaches, with Kevin Willard and Ryan Odom, and they both rebuilt those rosters, and they're both one person removed from replacing the legends Jay Wright and Tony Bennett. So I'm really excited about my opening game. It's gonna be tough to duplicate that through the rest of the season.
Where's that at?
At UVA on Friday the 24th or something like that of October. It's an exhibition game, but
Okay.
Admission and TV, so it counts to me.
What TV is that on?
ACC Network Extra
All right. Mac
or
McCarthy
ESPN Plus.
on the call. Very cool. Who's your play-by-play guy?
For that game, a guy named Corey Spector, one of those many Syracuse grads out there calling games.
They just pump them out like a factory,
They
don't they?
do. They do, and a lot of them are good.
Good deal. All right, Maxter. I watched The Chair Company.
yeah.
I've never been more excited about a show in a long time just because Tim Robinson, I don't know, you probably don't even know who that is, Mac, but New show on HBO Max. Tim Robinson has a new show, and it's gonna be awesome. Episode 1 was great.
Okay.
It's like a comedy drama conspiracy thing. He's so good. He can do no wrong.
I looked at it last night, but I was like, I don't know.
You don't know what?
I didn't know if I wanted to just watch the first episode or wait for some others
okay.
to come out. Because
I couldn't wait.
My expectations are very high for Tim Robinson.
Tim Robinson is amazing. Mac, what are you watching right now?
We're on the last episode. We've been holding off for the very last episode for a true story. But Escape at Dannemora. It is pretty riveting.
Okay, I think I might know what you're talking about. All right. Well, that's it for today. Mac, good chat.
Really good show. Thank you, guys.